So, from my point of view, people often talk about flexibility as a reason for 0 hours contracts, flexibility for the employer, and present it as a way to make business kind of more muscular and more reactive and leaner. When you actually drill down into the kind of people who are on 0 hours contracts, it's very often people whose hours don't need to be flexible. You know, supermarkets know how much help they need. Care work especially, they're mostly contracted by the local authority, so they know exactly how many hours they need. And instead of actually delivering flexibility, what it delivers to the employer is the chance not to treat their employees like full-time employees. So they're allowed off all kinds of considerations like sick pay and holiday pay. And I have a moral objection to that. I don't think that there's any sound case morally to reduce your responsibilities to your workforce. But also from a utilitarian point of view, of course, it actually makes many, many people's lives much worse for the purpose of delivering a small number of people a bit more profit.
This is a flexible form of contract which enables businesses that would otherwise not be able to offer jobs because there isn't security in the workload to be able to offer jobs to people on the basis that that workload may be there. I don't think that businesses should be made to feel bad for offering opportunities. Let's be clear about this. These are jobs. They, in most cases, result in people having the ability to work and earn a living. That's a positive thing.
Surely this work would need doing,
well,
wouldn't it?
It's possible, but whether you could make the hires quickly enough, whether you would be able to capitalise on the opportunities in time is a separate point.
I genuinely don't believe, and I'm not just saying this to be a lefty, that there are a huge number of tergiversations in the needs of Starbucks or Sainsbury's from one week to the next. I don't really believe that, and I think often they've got two people sharing one job just so that they can abnegate their responsibilities towards both of them instead of having one person having one job to whom they then had
I challenge that slightly as well, because actually I don't know what it is that the businesses are benefiting from directly from hiring two members of staff for a workload, because they're not getting any employment law benefits, because to be honest these people are accumulating the same level of employment law rights they would do otherwise any other employee, so I'm not seeing that. And to come back to your previous point, I think it's an important one to make. You talked about whether these are really being used appropriately, and that's the key question.
Yeah.
I think that that's not possible to tell in the midst of some quite difficult economic circumstances. As the markets improve, I would expect to see, as we have done from 96, 97 through to now, when markets improve, the amount of use of these types of contracts tends to go down. It's performing its role, provided people start to move off of it as circumstances improve.
Well, to address both those points, firstly, I think circumstances aren't going to improve as fast as they could while people's wages are being held down by these conditions. Secondly, it does actually impact on the rights they have in the workplace.